Hold on. Manny, I got something for you. I present to you this trophy. That's right, a participation trophy, because you did try. And as a matter of fact, you had us in the first half. We went into halftime down 4, and we were even down 11 early in the third quarter. You gave it your best shot. A moral victory here for Manny Diaz. Here. Manny, take it! Okay, well, apparently he doesn't want it. I say a moral victory. In the end, Miami Hurricanes on top by 22. The same amount as last week against Florida State. I will take it. Man, look, the first half, yes, was ugly. We're going to talk about the good plus the bad. Look, excuse the outfit. We held a collective moment of silence for Manny Diaz. Of course, everybody in the live chat participated. There was no hate. They absolutely loved the guy. But I know that the defense struggled in the first half. They really clutched up and locked in the second half of the ball game. But more on that here in just a moment. What I want to do at the beginning of this video is give a shout out to wide receiver Xavier Restrepo, who is now officially the all-time leader in receiving yards at the University of Miami. This dude breaking all kinds of records, and you got to give him some respect. Don't think that I've forgotten about the people that were hating on him last year and said that they, hey, look, there's no reason to make it about anything negative. Just let's give him some props. Let's show him some love down in the comment section. That's a guy that does everything right on the field and off the field. Had 100+ yards today and just absolutely did his thing. He popped off this afternoon. Love to see that. Also, prayers up for cornerback Jadis Richard. Of course, that did not look good with whatever was going on with his lower extremity injury there, having to, jump on the cart. That's very scary. Obviously, his health is the most important thing, but in a position group where Miami doesn't need guys going down, that's a bad thing. Bad thing, and hopefully he is okay. 53-31, 22-point victory. Duke was this turnover-creating machine, this monster that Miami was going to have to deal with, and what do you know? They forced 2 turnovers in this game. Miami 4. Miami doubled up on it. 3 interceptions and a fumble. Man, OJ popped off. They continued to target him. He continued to do his thing. He played a great game. He had at least one of those interceptions. And really, even with Duke, look, I'm not going to discredit them in any way, but one of those turnovers was, late in the game when they sent the house on Cam and he ended up fumbling the ball. He kind of got hit in the back. Maybe 1 turnover is technically 2. I'm not going to play that game. It is 2. But this is a team that defensively, they forced 6 turnovers against SMU, which, by the way, can we realistically talk here for just a second? I have started this new phrase during my live streams, and basically what we do is we say, where are you at? Or where are you at? And we do it with like just a you, we say, where are you at? Because my stream was full of haters. I'm not talking about Canes fans reacting negatively because we were riding the roller coaster in the moment. They were in there clowning Miami. Look at this. Duke is beating y'all. What a poverty program. What a piss poor team. You guys are getting exposed. Frauds. LOL. LMFAO. Look at this. Manny Diaz owns you. Where you at? Because in the fourth quarter, y'all disappeared. I said, bring that same energy. A football game is 4 quarters, and you know for a fact you got to get it in right now because Miami continues to be a second half team. I wish they could be a 4-quarter team. Let's be real here. But the second half is where they really turn it up, man. And again, going into halftime, Miami is down 4, so we're like, okay, well, it's not too bad, right? But then Duke comes out, marches down the field, and extends that lead and makes it 11. But here's what's really awesome. Then Miami goes on to hold them to just 10 total points in the second half and only 3 a field goal in the fourth quarter while they go on an absolute tear. 15 points in the third, 21 points in the fourth. And this is a Duke defense. This is what's real interesting here. This is a Duke defense that led the ACC in passing yards allowed per game, as in a good thing. They were limiting teams to very minimal passing yards per game, and Miami popped off for 400. So, hey, we knew that their run defense wasn't the best. Miami was still able to rush for over 100, $126. But 400 yards through the air. Cam did his thing, 5 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. And we do have to talk about that interception, though. That was bad. Really, really, really bad interception from Cam Ward. You can check it down. You can throw it away. I know it was on a third down. They've emphasized that sometimes the Cam live to fight another down, play the field position battle, punt it. I know it all worked out in the end, but that gave me a little PTSD because I started having flashbacks to that Cal game, and that's exactly what it looked like. He was able to extend the play, but then, right as he was running out of bounds, he decides to throw up a prayer. It shows that he has a lot of trust in the receivers and the tight ends, knowing that, throw up a 50-50 ball, somebody's probably going to make a play on it, but you have to be smarter in that situation. And in the game where it's, could be close, that could be bad. That could be bad. But I do want to roll back and talk about this whole moving the goalpost thing that we're seeing from opposing teams' fans. We don't need or want the respect. Like, it's fine. And I don't want to deep dive this because this is about the recap for the Duke game. But it's so funny how, Duke is this team that even though they didn't beat SMU, they took them to overtime. And all I hear about is this SMU team is surprising everybody, right? High-powered offense. Like, you ain't going to be able to hang. Like, what? Look at this. And now all of a sudden, Duke is just trash. They're a terrible football team. And they can't believe that they were able to hang with Miami for 2 quarters. It took y'all until the third quarter to take over. Always moving the goalpost. Interesting, because all the people that are chirping are fans of teams that are not undefeated right now. Because the Miami Hurricanes are 9-0. No matter how they got there, they're 9-0. Can you say the same? Probably not. I honestly think this was a great game. Yes, we were very nervous at times. It was an emotional game. We knew that Manny Diaz was going to be hyped up. He wanted this bad. Real, real bad. But Miami comes out victorious in the end. And I don't have any complaints. We forced more turnovers than them. You win by 22. You covered the spread. Miami was the favorite by 20.5. You beat them by 22. Miami just continues to do this thing where they can't get down too bad in the first half. I realize it was really bad against Cal, right? But you can't do that week in and week out and expect to come back and win the game every single time. That's pretty tough to do. But Miami in the second half, man, you go in. We were mad that they were down 4, but everybody was like, hey, with this Miami offense, you need the defense to do just enough, and you know what? They'll be okay. They'll get it in the end zone. And they continue to just pour it on and assert their dominance in the second half. They beat down teams and wear them down in the first half. The run game picks up. Cam Ward gets locked in. Everything starts clicking on all cylinders. If they could do that for 4 quarters, it would be mind-blowing. This team would be insane. Man, though, Duke, Miami running a lot of man. It looked like on defense, with Guidry, they continued to beat us over the top. The big throws were there, and that was a struggle. That was rough. Thankfully, Duke is not that effective offensively. And I'll give them credit. They put up 31 on Miami. But if this were a team, it's that thing again. Miami fans are not stupid. Like, we're thankful to be 9-0, which is why we give y'all such a hard time when you try to dog us and not give us any credit at all. The thing is, against a team that is complete, like a team that, has a high-powered offense and can also do great things defensively, that could put Miami in a really tough spot to, give up those big chunk yardage plays continuously, to not start, really taking off until the second half. So for Duke, they weren't a very great team offensively. There's nothing crazy that they do. Jordan Moore played really well for them. Their running back did all right. The statue, Malik Murphy. So Miami fans are very well aware that it could be much tougher against a team that's complete. But that's not who they were playing this afternoon. It was Duke. But thank goodness Guidry made some adjustments. Let me get back to Guidry here, because people were chanting in the stream, they're like, fire Guidry. This guy's the problem. Get him out of here. And it is a problem. It is a problem. But I don't think it's just Guidry. I think the player personnel is a bit of an issue as well. I think it's kind of a combination. But thank goodness adjustments were made, and I can't really complain about the defense in the second half. I really kind of have zero complaints there. Fletcher ran really hard. Martinez continues to do his thing and run really hard. I wish we could stop giving up such big explosive plays, and I wish Miami could play a more complete first half so they don't dig themselves into a hole that they have to climb out of in the second half. But guess what? They got it done and remain undefeated. We got to see Elijah Lofton play a little bit. Got to see him in a couple of different things. Xavier Restrepo, top receiver, 8 receptions for 146. Jacoby George right behind him, 4 for 74. And there were missed opportunities in this game. Cam Ward was a little off early. You saw him overthrowing a lot of guys. There were some big catches that usually Restrepo does make. I'm not going to harp on him a ton because the dude had almost 150 and broke the record. But some catches early in the game that typically he would make was kind of uncharacteristic of him. Horton, 6 for 71. Brown, 2 for 46. Yak was big in this game. Making guys miss, getting upfield. You love to see that. The interceptions were OJ, Richard, and Mish Powell. Lofton also, man, that was interesting to see him return that kick. I know it was like a squib kick, and everybody was like, come on, Coop, like they didn't kick it that far. But like still, man, that was a 24-yard return from Elijah Lofton, set that drive up at midfield. That guy's going to be a playmaker at Miami. That dude, they call him the Swiss Army knife for a reason. Tight end, running back, wide receiver hybrid, apparently can return kicks. We need to put that guy back there. Hey, maybe have him return a punts over Ray Ray. No hate for Ray Ray. I don't know how he feels about returning them punts, but maybe I'd like to see it. But man, he gave it his best shot. Look, they did what they do on defense. Miami knew what to expect. They found a way to, keep it to a minimum as best they could. And they did get down a little bit, but it was never out of reach, never fully blown out of control. And 53-31. Tackling, problem a little bit. When Mawanoa's out here, 30 yards downfield trying to cover a dude, he's going to get beat. It's going to happen. And it's 1 week at a time. It's 1 week at a time. Even the comment section on this video, you know who you are. Look for the people. All they're going to talk about is either attendance. Chance of Xavier Restrepo breaking that record and they couldn't pack the Rock. Look, bro, it'd be cool if Hard Rock was packed week in and week out. I get it. Worried about winning right now. Worried about winning. It's opposing teams' fans that are obsessed with the future of this team when Canes fans are taking it 1 week at a time. They wanted to come in and ask me questions about, well, what if you play this team in the ACC Championship? Well, if it's the first round of the playoffs, what if you have to play this team? I'm watching the Duke game. Focused on being 9-0 right now. And then this week, worried about Georgia Tech in Atlanta because we're going to get their best game. Just like we got with Duke. But all around, again, impressed though with the defense in the second half. I needed to be that defense for 4 quarters every single game. And then Miami's on to something. Then we're in business. then my confidence would shoot through the roof for this team. I don't know what else to say. How did Malik Murphy do? Malik Murphy threw for 325. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Honestly, given the 3 interceptions, I will take it. 325 with 3 touchdowns is not bad. Still really not able to pressure him in the way that I would have liked. I think that's pretty disappointing. The stats have not updated, but not enough sacks. The D-line has got to get more pressure. They've got to be better. I would like to see improvement in that area. And let me know, again, your thoughts. Bad Cam Ward off early, overthrowing guys. Defense, obviously, for the entire first half. Wowzers, very scary. Getting beat all over the field. We know that's I hate to say the identity of the team as a bad thing, but like the defense is going to give up the chunk yardage plays. I don't see that changing for any reason. They just have to adjust and do the best they can and get the small victories here and there, do just enough to get the offense the ball back so then they can put it in the end zone. Faster start also for the offense. Don't wait till the second half to turn it up. I know a lot of that's adjustments and dialing things in, but need to be able to do it for 4 quarters if it's going to be championship caliber play, right? Tackling overall still needs to be better, but wasn't just absolutely atrocious in this game. Enjoy being 9-0 because there aren't many undefeated teams left. 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time. The more the hate comes in, the more it's just people being jealous. And as I said, the people that are chirping the most are the ones that, they're down bad. They're hate watching, and they get so excited when Miami gets down, and they hype themselves up and think they're going to get to celebrate. Just to have the cardiac Canes, or just Miami Hurricanes, it wasn't really a cardiac Canes moment, turn up in the second half and handle business. 9-0 feels real good.